athlete here at Harvard has been like significantly added to my experience. I can't imagine beyond just not having practice every day and having that physical release every day of being able to exercise and spend time with these people and having a release for that competitiveness that I think every Division I athlete has and needs an outlet for. Being on a part of a team is like having a whole nother family. And even after, I think, freshman year, the best part was that it made the transition coming from high school to college so easy because you knew you had this group of people that you knew already and knew wanted you there and you had a place, and that made the transition really easy. And then getting to know the girls over the years has been the most amazing part of it, and just knowing that you have that group of people that's always going to be there with you is amazing. Well, especially this past year being captain, I feel like I've learned a lot about leadership and communicating with people. I think it was a lot harder than I expected to manage all the different relationships and learning how to sort of toe the line of like being friends but also being a leader at the same time, and knowing that you have to be constantly aware of little things and make sure that you're always setting a good example, but at the same time you want people to take you seriously, but you also want them to like you. And it's a tough line to walk, but I think being the captain of a team and managing like the relationship between the coaches and the players as both a friend and a leader I've learned a lot from it, and I think that'll help me a lot in the future. We watch so many movies. The one movie we watch every year is Love Actually on our last bus trip, because we're getting into like November and it's like the holiday season, and so we always watch Love Actually. There was one bus ride where Caroline Walters had just gotten for her birthday the full Harry Potter series. And so I think we watched maybe 4 or 5 Harry Potter movies in one bus trip. I think must have been Penn Princeton, I think. The coaches were so mad. They were like, can we watch something else now? And we were like, no, we just finished Harry Potter 5. We have to watch 6 now. And it was a lot of Harry Potter, but I think everybody loves it. So the wrestlers are the best. They come to almost all our games and they're so wonderful, and it's great. I know sometimes the heckling gets a little out of hand, but I have to say I'm always amused by it. And especially when we're at other schools, if people are heckling me, I think it's funny. And it kind of just gives you extra like drive to play better. But the wrestlers are hilarious. They're always doing their chants. The women's basketball girls are definitely there a lot. And it's so nice to see them. Like some games you have a ton of people, some games the stands are less full, but it's always nice to know that there's always going to be like at least a couple people there that support you. There's definitely a lot that I would be horrible at. There's definitely a lot that I would like to play. I swam a lot when I was in high school, and I loved swimming. Kind of burnout though, so maybe I would want to try something like squash. I had never seen a squash game until I came to Harvard, and that is a crazy sport. Like my roommate plays it, and people don't really play squash in California, and so I went to a match expecting it, because I just always kind of assumed squash was like old guys like playing in the gym. Like I've only ever seen it like in movies where dads like go play squash, and you don't actually like see them play, except for like occasionally there'll be like a semi-intense scene where someone like gets hit in the face with a squash ball. And then when I went and saw one of my roommates' matches for the first time freshman year, I was so impressed. It looks like super hard, but really fun and a lot more like exciting and fast-paced than I was expecting.